All right, it's early October '61, and we can now form divisions. So I formed two divisions here in Mobile, Alabama, and here's the force that we are facing. So there's actually now mud in Mobile, so it'll probably be difficult for the Confederates to get here on this turn. Our force is scheduled to arrive in 11 days, and this is the few regiments that were left over from before. We're going to try to assault Fort Gaines. Up in Missouri, I'm in a bit of a tricky situation. Shelby has a large force and could easily attack and take Kansas, so I'm going to move Lyon's divisions to Jefferson City, and also send some forces here to meet Halleck. I'll basically probably need to leave a small division here. Once Lyon gets here, I can basically follow Shelby or try to go threaten Springfield again. But now, as you can see, there's a rather large force there. I'm going to send a fleet down to Wilmington to blockade that port. It is a size 7 harbor. And we also have General Marr leaving from New York with Admiral Farragut again, and he has basically a full division, and then another nearly full division, but as well. Otherwise, we're basically organizing forces. General Grant has appeared, of course, in Cairo. So we are forming a force here. We'll have about a division in Cairo next time. Meanwhile, we do have basically a division here in Louisville and a few other forces here and there. Okay, let's run the turn and see what happens. Okay. Oh yeah, for a moment there, I thought I had forgotten to send Admiral Farragut, but here they are. Okay, so let's start off with the bad news. As I feared, Shelby did come in and attack, and quite easily defeated our force here in Leavenworth. Here it is. So we had a couple of units destroyed. They did lose 4 cannon, but you can see what they have there. They have a full. Shelby has a full division that we will need to counter, which I am forming a force here, but we'll need some more cavalry units really to make this work. Yeah, here's the force led by Sumner, which is also potentially somewhat at risk as well. So Lyon is now here. We still actually can't really see what's here. They probably formed it into a couple divisions. So one option would be to send a division west, an infantry division. That would be one thing I'll have to consider. Now, in Fort Gaines, we captured the fort batteries and the coast artillery, but there is a very, very small force left that we will need to attack this time. Interestingly, Polk or Johnston's force is gone, so they're no longer here. So they must have gone north. Otherwise, I didn't really see too much happen. Our fleet did arrive. Okay, so we have that's 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we have 11 ships here. So Hanover, Wilmington will not be blockaded. The way the game is, so normally you wouldn't have to history wouldn't, of course, have to bypass Fort Fisher to blockade Wilmington. but the way the game mechanics are, I actually have to do it. So it's not really gamey to bypass the fort. I actually do take hits, but I kind of have no choice if I actually want to blockade the harbor versus just blockading Fort Fisher itself. I don't think anything else really interesting happened. You can see that they've also formed into divisions, and interestingly, the Confederate forces are larger here than ours are. Otherwise, that's about it. Out west, it looks like they've kind of given up on going to take in Tucson, and we'll be able to get some more forces out, and some more forces out here once the California column opens up. El Paso is an objective city, so I would like to be able to calm down and threaten and take it. So the plan is basically Tamar will assault Fort Morgan here, and we'll go ahead and take that, and then we'll basically have the port. The port will be completely open. What's in Pensacola? We can't see. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's about it for this turn. I'll quickly look and see if there are any interesting messages. Yeah, so just what you kind of expect. A lot of movement. Whole bunch more movement. We do have much of our scouting squadrons are finished. I'll show these for a second. Here we go. Let's see if we can find some. Yeah, so these ships are brigs, and they can go into shallow water. So you can use them in Texas and like up here in Alabama to impede traffic on the river, because once you get past up here, it's then shallow. It's in shallow water. Okay, all right. See you next time.